Have you ever looked at something you've made and thought, I could actually sell this? Maybe you sew, or maybe you make jewelry. Maybe you make candles, artworks, clothes, bags, beauty products, home decor. Or maybe you bake. Maybe you have a creative skill that you have always treated as a hobby, and you've thought about turning it into a business. But then the question starts, where do I begin? How much money do I need? What if nobody buys it? Do I need a website? Do I need a logo? Do I need thousands of followers? And perhaps the bigger question, can I really start a creative business with very little money? The answer is yes. But I want to be realistic with you. Starting a creative business isn't about finding some magical formula that will make you rich overnight. It's about taking something you can do, finding someone who values it, and learning how to turn the skill into something people will be willing to pay for. So let's talk about how you can actually start. The first thing I would say is start with a skill you already have. Don't think you need to suddenly learn 10 new things because you want to become a business owner. Look at what you already know. What can you make? What do people ask you to make? What do people compliment you on? What have you been doing for years? Because sometimes we underestimate our own skills simply because something comes naturally to us. You might say, oh, it's just sewing. But somebody else might be thinking, I wish I knew how to sew. You might think it's just jewelry making. Someone else might be willing to pay you because they don't have the time, skill, or equipment to make it themselves. What feels ordinary to you can be valuable to someone else. The second thing is, don't try to sell everything. This is something I see quite often with creative people. You have so many ideas. You can make this and that and something else. And before you know it, you're trying to create 10 different product lines. But when you're starting, you don't necessarily need 10 products. Start with one clear offer or a small collection of things that makes sense together. Then watch what happens. What do people ask about? What do they buy? What do they ignore? What takes you 3 hours to make but people only want to pay £10 for it? What takes you 20 minutes to make and people happily pay £30 for? Those are things you need to learn. And you learn them by actually putting your products in front of people. Which brings me to number 3. Know who you're selling to. Don't just say, everyone is my customer. That's usually a sign that you haven't worked out your customer yet. Who is most likely to buy what you're making? Is it busy parents? Is it brides? Is it people buying gifts? Is it businesses? Is it people looking for personalized product? Is it the people who want sustainable alternatives? Is it people looking for something unique that they can't find in normal shops? Once you understand your customer, you can start creating your products and make your marketing around that person. And that makes selling much, much easier. Now, here is something else I want you to understand. You don't need thousands of followers to start. You don't even need a fancy website on day one. What you need is a way for someone to see what you're offering and decide they want to buy it. That could start with your social media. It could start with a local market. It could start with people you already know. It could start with taking a few pre-orders. It could start with a simple online listing. The point is to test your idea before you spend loads of money. If you're starting with limited funds, this is incredibly important. Don't spend £2,000 trying to create a perfect business before you've made your first £200. Find out whether people actually want what you're offering. And when you start getting sales, don't forget something incredibly important. Know your numbers. This is where creativity needs to meet business. Your materials aren't the only things you're paying for. You have your time, your packaging, your equipment, electricity, travel, website costs, market fees, marketing, payment fees. All of these things can affect whether you are actually making a profit. You can be busy, you can have lots of orders and still not be making much money. So don't just ask, how much did I sell? Ask, how much did I actually make? We are going to talk about pricing in the next video because this is one of the areas where many creative businesses struggle. Now, let's talk about something that isn't discussed enough. The emotional side of starting a business. I get it. Because starting a business sounds exciting until you actually start doing it. Suddenly, you are not just the person making the product. You are the marketer. You are the salesperson. You are the accountant. You are answering messages. You are packaging orders. You are posting on social media. You're dealing with customers. You're trying to keep your books. And sometimes you are doing all of that while still working other businesses or other jobs or looking after your family. It could be a lot, trust me. And there will be moments when you think, what have I got myself into? That's normal. It doesn't necessarily mean you're failing. It means you're learning something new. And your first version of a business doesn't have to be your final version. So if you're sitting there right now thinking, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough followers, I don't have the perfect equipment, I'm not ready, I want you to think about this differently. What do you already have? You have your skill, you have your creativity, you have your knowledge, you have whatever equipment you already own, you have your experiences, you have people around you, and you have the ability to learn. You don't need to start big. You need to start intelligently. Start small. Test. Listen. Improve. Reinvest. And keep going. Because there's something incredibly powerful about taking something you know how to do and turning it into an income stream. Your first sale may not change your life, but it might change the way you see yourself. Because suddenly, something that was once just a hobby has become something somebody is willing to pay for. And that's where the journey begins. So, if you've been thinking about starting your own business, either creative business or whatever business it is, don't wait until everything is perfect. Start with what you have. Learn what you don't know. Find the people who need what you can create and give yourself permission to begin. Because your creative skill could be more than a hobby. It could become a business. If this was helpful, subscribe to Skilled Hands for more conversations about crafts, creativity, business, and turning your skills into opportunities. And make sure you come back for the next video because we are talking about something that can make or break a creative business. How to price your handmade products properly. Until next time, have a brilliant day and stay blessed. Bye.
With skilled hands, we build, we create, turning dreams into something great. Through every challenge, we rise and stand, creating